Several accredited social health workers, or ASHA workers as they are known, are protesting against the Kerala government, demanding better pay and retirement benefits. On the 50th day, the ASHA workers who have been on a protest intensified their protest by cutting their hair and some even shaving their heads in defiance against government's alleged indifference to their demands. While raising slogans against the government, the ASHA workers are demanding an increase in honorarium from 7,000 rupees to 21,000 per month, besides a lump sum benefit of 5 lakh rupees each when they superannuate at the age of 62 years. The government, on the other hand, has said that they have not received any cash grant from the centre under the National Health Mission for 23-24 for payment towards various centrally sponsored schemes, including ASHA schemes, and will therefore be unable to pay up. ASHA workers, however, continuing their protest now for 50th day, and on your screens right now, some of them chopped their hair. Others, in fact, also went completely bald as a sign of protest. My colleague Vivek Narayanan is with us with more details. Vivek, it is as bad as it gets for ASHA workers who are now asking for a basic minimum gallery of payment to the point of about 21,000 rupees, which is not a very hefty amount from the Kerala government. For 50 days now they've been protesting, and as a sign of protest further today, they started cutting each other's hair, but the Kerala government say they are unable to pay up.
Yes, that's a fact. Here for the last 50 days, the ASHA workers have been protesting, under the hot sun, under the scorching heat. Even during when it had rained, they had sat here, on the road right next to the Kerala Secretariat and has been protesting against the left government. Remember today, we saw certain emotional scenes that was unfolding, before the Secretariat, where they sat with tears in their eyes as they were looking as their long locks were taken to the scissors and finally shaven off close to their skull using electric trimmers. Some were seen cutting their hairs on their own, and some of them were cutting the hairs of their colleagues. And This entire secretariat was swamped by an ocean of supporters. It's not just ASHA workers, but also women from other organizations, other NGOs, and other organizations, even both aligned with the CPM and the CPI, the Congress and the BJP coming together and offering their support to these ASHA workers. Remember, the two demands has not been met for the last 50 days. One of them is to increase their honorarium from rupees 7,000 to rupees 21,000, and also to provide 5 lakh, and a retirement benefit of 5 lakh. Now, this is what they're demanding. Now, remember, they've been protesting from the 10th of February. Now, even though the government had invited the ASHA workers for talks twice, it had never shown any inclination to consider their major demands. And Now, remember, this was ironical as the left LDF manifesto had stated that the honorarium of ASHA workers would be increased by 700 rupees per day. Now, that was being mentioned in the previous budget, but now it's just 250 rupees per day. The government is saying that it is the central government who has to, release the fund of 100 crores, and only then that they can make up for the payment. Only then they have funds in their pocket. But the central government says that all these funds that were supposed to be released under the ASHA scheme was released earlier, and the government has been using it for other purposes. The government's argument for refusing to honor its own commitment is that the agitation is they say that it's a right-wing conspiracy. The ministers have repeatedly stated that it was dubious that the agitators were not uttering a word against the central government when it has still not transferred the money that is meant to be paid to the ASHA workers. Basically, these are the incentives that has to be paid. And on 21st March, remember, Minister for Local Bodies Rajesh told the Assembly there was nothing more that the government could do as far as ASHA workers is concerned. And it's on that day that the ASHA workers felt that the doors closed in front of them, and they began the protest in a more violent manner. Basically, they want to inform. They want to send a clear message to the public, to the government, and to the rest of the country that they are the ones who've been working day in and out right from the COVID days. When people were suffering from this COVID-19 virus, that they were the one who had reached out to their houses, to reach to the schools, hospitals, Anganwadis, and other places, and ensure that they were taken care of. Now, this is one thing they say. They say that when the salary of the senior bureaucrats and other officials, other government members, especially of KV Thomas, the messenger of the state government in Delhi, has been increased by 5 to 6 times, when their salaries and other benefits have been increased by 20 to 30 times.
Right.
That the government is not paying heed to the problems faced by the ASHA workers. They're not ready to increase their pay, at least the honorarium, or at least the retirement benefits of 5 lakhs. No, this is exactly what they're demanding for. The
Right.
government has decided that they cannot do anything at this point of time, and hence the condition of ASHA workers is very critical. Some of them
Absolutely.
are
Very, very
really
pitiful.
unwell.
Really unwell, very pitiful, sitting there for 50 days now, come rain, come shine, and really battling it out against the administration. ASHA workers, people responsible for providing primary health care in the most rural parts of this country, in the state of Kerala right now, asking for what is rightfully theirs, an honorarium which is, in accordance with what people would otherwise earn in other jobs, not a very hefty amount, to the tune of about 21,000 rupees a month, up from 7,000 rupees. Kerala government unable to pay up is what sources are telling us at the moment. Vivek, thank you very much for tracking that story.